to have conversations with investors and answer questions and be able to make sure that we interact properly together. Thank you so much. Mr. Joseph Ubong is one of our clients that abandoned us in Nigeria and relocated to London. And I didn't see his green light until recently. We used to hustle together in Nigeria. In fact, he was one of those clients that we used to even go to when launching new estates and go and be begging on Monile. And, you know, he knew our beginning days and one of those amazing investors. You know, some people don't want to invest when you're still small. Like, you know, something they call C finish. There are some people that because of C finish, he was one of those who didn't look at us based on C finish and invested. And I'm happy that, you know, he kept faith because I think he bought the real estate in Bejuleki when it was 1.5 million. Okay, yes, I think when it was 1.5 million he bought. Today now, the value of that same real estate is 30 million, right, in value today. So you can see a smart investor right there. I want to once again thank all of you who have decided to invest with us all these years. It's not easy to do business in Africa and to trust Nigerians with your money and do land business. It's a tough one. But I also thank God that we've done our best also not to disappoint most of you. And we've done our best to keep faith. Like you can see what was shown you, our Jasper estate in Lube, Abuja. Now, here's the challenge sometimes that people don't know goes into, if you want to do estate business the way it should be done. So sometimes people say to me, Dr. Stephen, how come your own company estates, your land appreciate in value more than some other developers? Okay, no be juju be that, like the jokes that they normally say. What exactly do you do that has made your landed property to appreciate more? And the answer is very simple. We don't leave land the way we bought them. When we buy a land, instead of just selling the land, for example, what most estates do, when you buy a land, they do a corner piece for you, okay? They do not highlight the internal road for that estate. Nothing is done like that. They do not align where will the sports center be, the clinic in the estate be, nothing. They do not go ahead to fence the estate round, nothing. So you wonder why 10 years later, the value of the estate hasn't grown much. It's just the way it used to be. Now, for those who then decide to say, oh, we want to do a serviced estate, okay? Now, what usually happens is that sometimes you end up spending more money to fence the estate, to put internal road in the estate, and you lose more land because now, because you've decided to do internal road within the estate and put a proper structure, what happens at the end of the day is that 20% of your land has gone on road, has gone on infrastructure that you are trying to put in the estate so that it can look decent. This is the reason why we don't sell 600 square meter. Instead, we sell 400 square meter. Because a good portion of the land had to be used for doing road. And these are why the property appreciates in value. How many of you have been to estates in Nigeria where the roads are not equal? They are not even. This place is smaller, this place is bigger, and then during the rain, the place is marshy, and you cannot even go to, and you see big houses, but the road leading to the place is terrible. If you have had this experience, just type, I've seen it, I've seen it. Come on, talk to me. Now, people who build estates like that, at the beginning, you have investors thanking the developer. Thank you. I bought the estate cheap. It was cheap. Thank you. But what often happens at the end of the day is what happened in Lugbe, where, you know, what happened in Lugbe was not because Lugbe was supposed to be flood prone. No, it was because most of the people in that entire estate did not have drainage. They did not have, and people died. People lost their property. So why are we often penny wise, pound foolish? Okay, why? You've already put in, I'm just giving an example, 5 million. Let's even say you bought the estate for 5 million. You've put in 5 million, right? On buying a land, 5 million. Now, what you don't know, so let's now say the estate say you need to pay another 5 million for infrastructure. You say, no, me, I can't pay that. How come the infrastructure money is even higher than the cost of the land? Do you know the reason why? Cost of land in some places is cheap, but cost of building is the same everywhere. Cement is the same price, iron is the same price, and the prices keep going up due to dollar naira crisis. So I remember some of our estate when we started, cement was still going for 900 naira. As at the last time I checked, I think cement is about 10,000 or how much? Almost 10,000. So imagine when a client is saying, but that time you people told me development levy was 1 million. Why are you asking me to pay 4.5? Well, the cost of cement has gone up as well, which is why it was better to have paid all those bills on time as at that time when it happened. Pay your bills and move on. Is one of those smartest things to do and as an investor, so that the company also had access to that liquidity and can do the work they need to do on time before the value goes up. So these are realities that we face. Now, almost all of Lugbe was flooded. Jasper Estate, in Abuja wasn't flooded. You know why? We have proper structure. You could see the drainage even in that picture they showed you. So the flood won't get to us because there's where the water can pass. And we made proper provision for that. That is the kind of estate we built. We build service plots, properly functional estates, not just what anybody else is doing. And this is also the reason why the value of our estate keeps going up. Some of our estates as well, we do the internal road leading, not our own, only the entire road for the entire community. In Jasper, Lagos, we did over 400 meters road, right? In Jasper, Abuja, we're doing about 600 plus, almost 700. We interlock the entire road from the express down to where our estate is starting from. So other neighbors can also benefit from that. So these are the things that GTEx does, and we thank God for the wisdom, we thank God for the patience, we thank God for the decision to build the right estates, and we don't have an apology that we're doing that. I want to continue to do that because we feel that is what can enhance the value of the estates we're building. We feel that in future, that is what gives us the edge. I will share this story with you before I proceed. Banana Island, many, many years ago, most people don't know this story, was a land that was just sand field. And in fact, those who live in Ikoyi used to go to Banana Island to test how to drive. Nobody was living there. They fenced the land, and what did they do? They fenced the land, and they then fenced it around and left it. Nobody was there. Years later, it was as if there was a magic. Boom, 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 boom. People started buying. In fact, when they fenced the land, because they did infrastructure, fenced it, right, they started asking people to buy. One of my neighbors in Banana Island shared with me, Mama. She said she bought her own land, 1,000 square meters in Banana Island for 7 million naira years ago. Can everybody type 7 million naira? 7 million naira. Today, the land she has cannot even be sold for $7 million. $7 million, you won't even buy, nobody will buy it from that same land. But at the beginning, you would have felt, are you sure this banana land thing will work? Are you sure they are not just making the whole thing look sweet? Are you sure? And you can go on and go on and go on. It's your choice. But those who kept faith with the developers of Banana Island, okay, are forever grateful that they made those decisions. Some of them are military generals, because most people don't know that Banana Island started during the military era. It was a joint partnership with a private developer, Lagos State government, and the federal government. Right, so a lot of military people bought into Banana Island because it was a military government. Some of them even got to be able to buy cheap, as their own retirement package and things like that. But the story has changed. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's important to emphasize that this business we're doing, okay, comes with a lot of cost implication. I don't know whether in the video they show you about Abuja. Do you know that there are 2 security men that work in that place? Right? I can't remember, but the last time I remember approving the salary, it was about 50,000 per month for each of them. I think they must have increased it by now. So that's 100,000 people of God that constantly is paid as salary alone to 2 security men to make sure nobody comes and grab the land you bought. Where do we write that account? So I laugh sometimes when I see people argue over, we can't pay development fee. We can't pay document fee. And I'm saying, I know of an estate by a very credible person, and the person didn't even swindle them, who was telling me, it's even a pastor, that before you know it, some of his clients were dragging him because one of them went to his land and discovered somebody else has built on the land that he bought from them. And he told the man that, what's my business? I've given you the document. I gave you the survey. I gave you the title document. So if they took your land, if somebody encroached your land, why is that my business? And that he had to tell the person there's nothing he can do. You should go and be fighting the man who encroach on his land. Isaac just corrected me. That's true. We have another Fulani man that is being paid as well, right? Because a local person that has been there that knows the history of that place. So 3 security men that are being paid, right? Every month. So this particular, person was telling me that he told the client that somebody else went to take up he said there's a policeman too there. That somebody else went to take up your land. That's not my business, because in reality, I have sold the land to you and I've given you your document. Now, if such a person was to have been with GTExt, with such instruction to say, you need to pay X amount, the person would have been saying, no, I don't, I don't want that. And I tell people, the part I don't like is when we're sounding like we're being greedy about our decision to be investors. You can't afford to be greedy. If you bought a land for, let's say, 8 million, the value of the land, if you're to sell it today, is already 30 million, right? And they tell you to now pay 5 million for development fee, and you say you won't pay. That's just unfair, because it wasn't magic that the value of the land went up. Okay? It was because investments were made to make that value to go. Another part that I want to emphasize critically that is unique about GTExt and the estates that we built and that has helped the value to keep going up is also the fact that we are very, very dutiful with investors' money. So I've heard of stories of people buy estates and they were not allocated. The land does not exist. How many of you have heard such story? And they will be like, not that the land doesn't exist, they oversubscribe. So let's assume maybe they had 100 plots in the place. they eventually sold to 5,000 people. I don't know if you have heard such story. So at the end of the day, they didn't even have land to allocate to people who eventually finished selling. I mean, it's finished payment. Now, GTEx doesn't do that. So, and that's one of the advantages you're getting with us, where we only sell to the tune of land that is available per time. And we've never had a case of people finish paying for land and they couldn't get land because we oversubscribe. We don't run those kind of scheme. Hence, when people come and say, I want a refund, right? We did not keep your money in the bank. The money had to be used, to develop the place. Either we're using it to complete payment for the land, or we have used it to build fence, or we have used it to develop, or also to pay staff salary. People work in GTEx, right? If they are not paid, you'll have known on social media by now. You know the country we live in, okay? Oh, our boss doesn't pay, right? They've been owing us 1 month, 1 year, 2 years. So there are bills that goes on day to day. So I laugh sometimes when people say, I want my money back. They didn't give me my money back, as though the money was kept and we're just waiting for you to come back and ask for the money and we'll give it to you. Those who do that are those who probably are running those kind of scheme where they oversubscribe. And so that they cannot but wait, right, for you to come back and collect your money. It's even prayer answered. So what we do, and this is important to know this about policies when we sell property. If you say you want refund, we have to wait to get another buyer for that particular land. We have said you give us a 90 days, but that 90 days has expired does not guarantee we've gotten a buyer in 90 days. You yourself, you can decide to sell the land yourself. If you come to us and say, hey, GTEx, I've gotten a buyer for the land I bought from you, whether you finish paying it or you have not finished paying it, what we will do is the letter of transfer and a document to transfer the ownership to the new investor. Okay, and that's it, and case closed. So it's very important to emphasize this as existing investor or potential investors with us. But today, it's not all about that. It's about good news. And I have a lot of good news for all of you who want to buy. So how many of you are existing investor with GTEx homes, GTEx land? You've bought land from our company. If you're an existing investor on land, please type existing investor, existing investor. Just type in the chat box so that I can know. How many of you are existing investor? So Mr. Peter A. Davon, Catherine, who is that? Olubi Ifakunle, I'm sure that's not GTEx because GTEx was not even established in 2002. So are you talking about another company that you bought property from, that you paid for land and they didn't give you since June 2002? I'm sure you are referring to another company. So Adewale wants to be an investor by today. Oh, let's hope you become one. Investor by today. Olubi Fakunle said it's 2022. So first of all, what estate did you buy? Olubi Fakunle, what estate did you buy? Now, for those of you who are existing investors, congratulations. So a couple of things we are putting together for existing investors, and this is just for existing investors. Number one, all existing investors who are ready to build on their property, any of our property, are now welcome to do so. We have a construction team headed by the CEO of GTEx Homes, Mr. Farouk Usman. And whether you want the construction team to do the to help you with the whole process of building, we are ready to do that. Whether you have your own construction team that is coming to do the construction and you just need us to help you supervise, we're ready to do that across all our estate. We want to move forward with building. And this is why, if you notice, we're moving fast, creating offices within all our estates. We started with Jasper, Lagos, Abuja, Berry, Lugbe, and Lagos, Abuja. And what we're doing now is that our staff are opening offices and they are residing in the estate. So the issue of, oh, if we start building, what happens? I hope somebody will monitor. We'll be there to monitor quality work on site. Issues of you need permits, we're ready to help you with all of this. Are you happy to hear this? If you're happy, just type, I'm happy, I'm happy. Fakunle, I'm asking again, which property did you buy? Can you state the name of the estate? Right? If you're excited, type, I'm excited, I'm excited. Oluwabi Fakunle says Ibejuleki doesn't know the name of the estate. So I think you should know the name of the estate you bought, but we always do allocation. We do virtual allocation for our estates. As long as you have finished paying, you pay for the full land, you pay for the title, and you pay for development levy. Once you pay all of that, you are entitled to allocation. We even do virtual option so that everybody can see there's full transparency. So good. So that's the first good news that I have for you. Now, for those of you who are interested in starting to build on your house, on your land, you can send us a mail to info@gtexhomes.com. You need to clearly state which estate you bought. Please, you must know the name of the estate. You need to clearly state what exactly you want to do on the estate. I'm ready to build a house. Show us the building plan. Is it a 2-bedroom, architectural drawing? Do you have a contractor? If you don't have a contractor, oh, GTEX, I need you to help me build the estate. What is the procedure? Please, you can feel free to say that. Again, the email, please be explicit in your email. Because sometimes if you are not explicit, they won't even know where to start with you from. info@gtexhomes.com. You can always copy info@gtexland.com as well. So that, because if you bought land, the real people you are dealing with is the land department, info@gtexland, okay, and .com. So you can copy them as well. Fakunle already told you what's the name. We have 5 estates in Ibejuleki, 5. Okay, so if you're not specific about which one, it's difficult to know. And I've told you as well, did you finish paying for development levy, for documentation fee, or you are just still paying installment? We do not allocate when you're still paying installment. Okay, so I've sent you the detail. So I have Ogbeni Suva. You have some clients who paid, and Esosa says, wow, yes, we have 5 estates in Ibejuleki. In fact, we're launching the 5th one next month. So, and I'll be sharing with you that, because that's another good news that I'll be sharing with you. So Esosa, please send not Esosa, the guy who said they bought Aton and Sapphire, kindly send a mail to info@gtexland.com and copy info@gtexhomes.com. Copy the 2 email about your complaint. Queenette is there, Martha is there, Tony, they have a customer service team. They will be there. Please drop your phone number and that of the clients themselves. Now, here's what often happens. Sometimes, and I think we used to do this, but I hope Martha, being the new CEO, will pick it up now. We used to do a thing before where when we are doing allocation, we send email to every customer with the Zoom link to be able to watch the allocation, right? And we even cut the video of the allocation. Do you remember, Martha? We used to cut like the part where the client's name was mentioned and the plot given. We'll cut it and even send it as an email to the customer. And that's one of the things we used to do. And it was very, very helpful when we used to do that. And really, really pretty excited about that. So send email, Fakunle or wherever you are, send evidence of what you have paid. I'm very sure either you've not finished paying for document or development levy, or you were not around the day they are located. So send a mail and it will be attended to. One of the good things about GTEx, we do immediate allocation. Once you complete your payment, document and development fee, we send your details to you. The provincial survey and deed of assignment of the land is emailed to you. You sign, you send it back to us, and then we send the original one with DHL. We partner with DHL to send the documents to you. So that's good news number one. Good news number two. Good news number two is that going forward, and this is good news, every new land we are selling, new land, every existing customer is entitled to between 5 to 10% discount. Are you happy to hear this? Now, this is existing customer. It doesn't matter what the promo is. Let's even assume we're doing a 50% promo, because when we start new estate, we kind of go low. If you're an existing customer, you're entitled to between extra 5 to 10% extra because you're an existing customer. These are new bonus and an opportunity we're giving our existing customers. So come on, show some joy and excitement. Now, number three, good news. For every single investor who bought land from GTEx Homes and you finish paying document development fee and you are ready to build and you have evidence, we want to see evidence of proof of funds, we call it proof of funds, and you show us a proof of funds, GTEx Homes will give you our prototype design, architectural design for free if you want it. Now, this alone is worth over 10 million naira for to pay for it. Like if you want us to design, your house for you and do the drawings and all of that, we charge over 10 million. Everyone who bought land from GTEx Home, please, I hope you are noting this. So we do a banner and send it to those who didn't come today with the recording of this video. Everyone, you bought land from us, you get the design for free. Now, please note, this offer is not forever. So this offer ends on 30th of September because we can't keep giving everything free. So if you're excited, come and show your excitement. Okay? Show that you're excited. Now, here another good news. Come on, hear this one. Anybody you refer to us, right? You're an existing customer and you decide to refer somebody to buy property from us. Okay? And you decide to buy property from us. And this is very, very important. If you decide to buy property from us and you refer somebody and the person wants to buy property from us, but you have already purchased. Here's the good news we have for you. And this is, we've never done this before. If you want cash commission, you will be given 11% instead of 10%. Now, if you don't want cash commission, but you want to put that commission into your own land, maybe the person, I'm giving an example, is a new estate the person bought, and you also want to buy that estate, but you don't want to even get commission, you want it to be put into your own land. Rather than it reflecting 11%, to reflect 15%. So all you just pay is 85% of the value of the land, because you've already gotten 15% for the person you have referred. And I'll make it very practical. And this is my fourth, and probably I'll stop the good news here so that I have more good news to share with you next month. So the good news on this is that we're launching our new latest estate called Chalcedony Estate, Lekki, Ekpe, Lekki, and I'm excited. No, Ekpe, sorry, Ekpe, Lagos. I'm excited about this estate. Now, you are the first to hear this. We don't even have a flyer out yet. We don't have a video out yet. We're telling you for the first time. And this estate is beside Isimi, Lagos. Our competitor is currently selling at the rate of 100 million naira per plot. You can go and verify, like Peter Obi will say. You can go and verify 100 million naira per plot, and we're sharing the same fence with where this estate is starting from. And guess how much we are launching the estate for? GTES is launching for 20 million naira per plot, right? And not just that, we're giving a pre-launch offer of 10 million naira per plot. If I are you, I'll buy 5 acres. If I'm you, or at least 1 acre. We're launching at, 10 million naira per plot because pre-launch, official launch will be end of September. So GTES has a concept. If you buy before we launch, you get a 50% discount. However, even the launch will now be appreciating. So once we are launching, putting this out next week, so the concept is that it will be appreciating by 2 million every week. So usually by the day we are launching it, it probably will launch for about 30 million or so, because we'll be increasing by 2 million every week. Now, here is another bonus. For those of you who are existing customer, only existing customer, you will not pay 10 million. You pay 9 million if you are buying today. But this offer is if you are paying today. Okay? 9 million per plot. I've seen some of you saying, where's the next estate? Where's the next estate? 9 million per plot. And our new estate is called Chalcedony Estate, Lekki, Ekpe. Now, the good news is also this is another really pretty good news. We are trying to, between now and June next year, we are not just putting offices in all our estate, we're also putting sports center, golf course, in Beryl Estate, in Bejuleki, we're putting a golf range where you can come in and play golf. If you bought land there, you have 50% discount to come and play golf. But beside the beach, we're about securing the land, just in facing directly the beach in Bejuleki, where Beryl Estate Bejuleki is. We are putting a resort. And again, that resort gives those of you who bought land in Beryl 50% discount if you come and do vacation. So some of you are not in Nigeria, and just come to Nigeria. We're hoping you will just come and stay in Beryl Resort, which is just in front of Beryl Estate. And there's so much of good news. Now, Beryl Golf Estate, Lagos Ibadan Expressway is one of the best estates we have, because it's going to be a full-fledged golf course. Now, some of the other ones we're putting mini golf, but this one is going to be full-fledged golf course. And to be the only golf course in that entire area. Redeem, MFM, Christ Embassy, Deeper Life, everybody. So during camp, this month is Congress for Redeem. They sometimes have 5 to 10 million people come around. No proper 5-star hotel, no golf course. So this become one of those amazing, and that's why we were very excited that the value of that place will be amazingly, will increase. And between now and June next year, we'll have put in an office in Beryl Golf Course, Lagos Ibadan Expressway. We'll have also put in a driving range for those who want to, have a driving range. Adewale Showunmi says, I want to buy, carry me along. Adewale Showunmi, please, can you send him account number? Go ahead, pay. Like I said, the Chalcedony Estate in Ekpe, if you are paying today, you're getting for 9 million. And, I think it's Monday that we're officially releasing flyer and video for it. So we're giving you the, existing, but you must be an existing investor, by the way. If you are not an existing investor, it's 10 million you will pay. Okay. So I want to thank all of you once again for investing with us. In the course of last month, yours truly was awarded by Forbes as Africa leading investment coach and real estate mogul. Are you happy to hear that? If you're happy, please. And I dedicate the award to all of you, our dear customers, because they wouldn't have given us such award if you didn't buy it from us, if you didn't do business with us. We wouldn't have been seen as an innovative company. And I think it's because of this amazing innovative concept we come up with that has made a whole Forbes that rates richest people in the world to come and give us an award. And I happen to be the youngest person in their history to receive such an award. So I want to thank all of you for believing in our company, for investing with us, for not giving up on the dream. Today, we're going to be taking testimonies. I've answered a few, inquiries, and I've told you the email to send inquiries to. Also, can you put the customer service phone number so that those who have complaints can go there? But tonight is testimony night. We want to hear those who have had great experiences with our business and want to testify. And I'm starting with Mr. Ubong Joseph because he's not just a customer, like I said, in his own case. And I'm happy that the estate he bought didn't just double, but had over 5,000% growth. Because this man didn't just invest, he suffered. With us, we used to go do inspection, the man would follow us. And it used to be a very tough one. And honestly, for me, I'm so grateful for him for keeping faith with us. So can you drop the phone number that those who have concerns can, call right away? So Mr. Fakunle or anybody else who has a concern, once we're done with this webinar, kindly call the number, okay? And they will get back to you and traced if the DHL forgot to send your document, they will call DHL and know where the issue is. And if they need to resend it, they will resend it, Mr. Fakunle and any other person. I heard we also have Mr. Peter Devon who has testimony. I'm still waiting for the phone number to call. Oh, how long does it take to put a phone number? What's the phone number for those who want it? So can admin pull up Mr. Joseph Ubong and then Mr. Devon as well. Anybody else who has want to share, like we said, for those who have concerns, challenges, send email, and you can call the number being posted right now, and you will be able to share your concerns, and they will treat it immediately. We have a very good customer service team. We are in fact launching our 24/7 customer service all over again. So in the next couple of months, even if you call 2 a.m., 3 a.m., our team will be available to pick your call. So Mr. Joseph, put up your video and let's hear you. So you only share with you need to share with all participants. So we are posting the number, the customer care number to call. We have head of customer care. We have Tonye as our head of customer service, and you can call him right away, and he will pick your call and resolve whatever complaint. So +234 913 232 5889. Again, +234 913 232 5889. That's the head of customer service, and he will be more than happy to attend to all your challenges and immediately resolve them as soon as possible. Mr. Joseph Ubong, please put on your video and you can address the team.
Hi. Good day.
Man, I've missed you.
Good day, Dr. Steve, Africa's best.
You abandoned me in Nigeria and disappeared to London.
Very soon you'll be world's best. Very soon. I just raised. Yeah, good day, everyone. Good day, Doctor. Good day, the entire GTEX holding and GTEX Lands team. And the entire my friends on the call. I want to thank you for this amazing session also. Yeah, my name is Ubong Joseph. I got connected with GTEX during their Primrose Estate launch. And my first contact was in that session at GRE Ikeja, if you remember, GRE Ikeja in Lagos. And at that point, I was at the end of my career in Nigeria then, coming to the end of my career. I had already seen that I'll be leaving paid employment. And so when I got to the GRE session, I heard Doctor speak. I mean, I've bought plots before in other estates before GTEX, but I saw that GTEX was, I mean, it was beyond land. It was a vision that was going to run for a long time. So, and it had this air of transparency. So I remember walking in that thick bush with Dr. Stephen, and that was at Primrose first, before I got to Ibajoleki. Doctor was there, and his wife was there. You know, I saw this couple who, to me, at that time were already made, in quotes, if you allow me to use that word. But they had this hunger. You know, they had this hunger to keep, like, to fight poverty, to help. You know, beyond their comfort zone. So I felt, I mean, these guys are already comfortable and they are still hungry like this. I think I should join them. So I got connected to GTEX. I paid into the Primrose Estate in Lekki first. And then before I left Nigeria, I got the honor to be invited to a GTEX a weekend program. That was, if you remember that, the doctor, your retreat we had.
Yes, yeah. I remember.
During the retreat, I saw a clearer picture of GTEX during that retreat, and I knew this company was the company for me. And I got into the real estate investment, got two more plots to add to the Primrose, and even when I left paid employment, I was about leaving Nigeria before COVID. I mean, I offered to even put in beyond my money, I offered to put in my time, you know, to see that, because as an investor, you don't just buy land. You should also put in your goodwill to support the business. Because, like the doctor said, once the business appreciates, your investment also appreciates. You know, I remember when Dr. Ese gave a call for who has any skill to help us improve our process. You know, if you remember that, I think you offered us some room for service then. I mean, I came in, put in my best, along with one Mr. Izu. I remember then at that time we knew that this company was a company that was going to make Africa proud, and I gave my support. And today I'm willing to do more. Yeah, I've been in the UK now for 2 years with Madame, but I'm just getting to to breathe now. You know, with Madame and children now. I'm getting to breathe now. Last year we had COVID pressure in the UK, so I had this pause in investing, but I kept touch with my account managers. I kept the lines on, you know, and that's a good thing about GTEX. There's this sense of belonging you have, you know, access to to someone to talk to. Distance not being a barrier. And I want to salute Dr. Essie and the GTEX family for the brand you've built. And I will say that what you've done is beyond prosperity. It is now posterity. You are leaving a legacy that will likely outlive you. So thank you very much for this session, and I'm with you all the way. Very soon, I think I should invest in UK and Dubai and the US.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. I mean, I want to thank you. Like I said, you were with us years back. Sometimes I laugh when I even see customers giving bad reviews. I say, you don't know this company. I wish you meet people who were with us, who will go and buy the land. They know. So when you make certain statements, it's just unfortunate, because those who really know us, I mean, it's just that now the company has so expanded. In those days,
Yeah.
clients and us will go. So there's nothing we're hiding. You
Doctor,
will be involved.
Doctor, I have your pictures by the
Yeah.
beach in the bush with Madame. I think maybe I'll send it to you on WhatsApp so you can put it in your bulletin. I have pictures of you, Madame, and my children, during the retreat. If you remember, at the Beju,
Yeah,
and that. Yeah, all the potapoto, we were stepping in that time. Sorry for my language. All the potapoto, the muddy terrain there. And you really inspired me. This is a billionaire at that time, still entering the bush on foot. I mean, it's like a Trump that was already a billionaire, still going to serve the people. I mean, you really amazed me. And thank you again I think you gave me an award for a protege or something, but I didn't have the time to stay around and learn from you. I have a lot to learn from you too. Thank you so much. Sir.
You. Somebody was asking, what's the size of the land? It's 400. All our lands are now 400 square meter. Yeah. And explain the reason why, because of they need to put infrastructure and do a proper estate. Anything worth doing is worth doing well, right? And so we were big on just do it right. It costs us more money, but it's good to do it right. In fact, I may not just give you some details, but some of our estates, we made losses. Jasper Estate, Lagos and Abuja, we made losses because the cost of the infrastructure was more than the cost of the land what we realized from selling land. And that's the honest truth. But we didn't, for us is that, like Mr. Joseph said, this is about posterity. And we want something that will last, and we understand that this is a long-term game and not a short-term one. And it's important, just like Mr. Joseph does, and he still does, if you invest with a company, you don't want to bring them down. It's not in your interest. Somebody will say, well, I want my money back from them. That's why I want to bring them down. Well, if you bring them down, they won't even be able to pay you the money, because they have to have a good name in the market to be able to sell enough to make back money to even do refund if you say you want your money back. So I often laugh when I see people have this mindset of, I'm going to bring down an organization, and that you've had some terrible experience with some company doesn't mean you should bring down that into another new company. I think people who do this even in marriage don't succeed, because you bring the anger, the disbelief, the distrust, that you've had with some other people. I laugh. When I started real estate, I wasn't poor. We were already like number one when it comes to digital marketing before we expanded into real estate as a development. So like Mr. Joseph said, it was that we wanted to make a statement, we wanted to build something long lasting. And for us, that was critical. Somebody is saying, what is GTEX? GTEX land. GTEX Homes is our housing project. GTEX land is our land project. GVES is our investment, where you invest cash with us and we give you return on investment. So you don't own the property. We go ahead and control the property in trust, and then you get returns on investment. What's the value of Alaba Beryl now? Maybe you mean Asaba. I don't know Alaba. Beryl Asaba is now going for 18 million, 18.5 million or so. I think about 18 million, between that range. Okay, we have our next testifier, Mr. Peter A. Devon. Please put on your video and kindly join, share your story.
Hello, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Dr. Stephen. It's a pleasure seeing you virtually for the first time.
Yes, I know that I don't know 90% of my clients. I apologize.
That's okay. That's okay. Martha, good afternoon. How are you?
Where are you joining us from?
From the UK, actually.
Okay, so today is a UK day.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, over the last say 6-7 years, I've been a big follower of Dr. Stephen. Eventually I got a friend who in Texas who has had one-to-one mentorship program with Dr. Stephen several years ago. And I got to know about several of his estates. One good thing that made me join the GTEx family is I've seen the prototype of how GTEx operate, and I compare it to developers within the UK. So the UK has got developers like Redrow, I'm sure Dr. Stephen knows Redrow, Taylor Wimpey, etc. These developers create a community that thrives, and the prototype of their estates forms part of their heritage. They pride themselves in the estates they develop. And for the first time in my lifetime, I'm seeing a company in Nigeria that's actually replicating that in Africa. And GTEx is doing that very, very well. So, Dr. Stephen, thank you so much, because what you're doing is actually, you're using your dream to help others build their own dreams. Yeah, your dream is helping me build my own dreams, not just for myself, but for my children's children as well. So, Dr. Stephen, thank you once again. And you've been able to build a team of committed individuals. One I can attest to is Martha.
CEO Martha.
Honestly,
thank you, sir.
I mean, I speak to Martha almost every day of the week. And not just because, and I'm just a small investor, with GTEx. And it's just because I have, my full trust in what you guys are all doing. So I'm really, really proud to be associated with this firm. I pray to God that one day I get a quarter of what Doctor, I just want the F on your FOB title. But thank you so much, GTEx. Thank you so much, Dr. Stephen. Thank you, Martha. Thank you, everybody. This is going to be a long journey, and we're going to be on this journey together.
Amen.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for coming and sharing. I'm humbled because, like I said, people don't know what we go through to do what we do. Mr. Joseph Ubong saw some of the challenges we went through. I don't know whether he saw one of the land we bought where they went to put charm, because he was almost as if he was one of our staff when we, started. And it was quite humbling at what we go through to make sure that lands are safe, we keep the property and is not missing. But here's what happens when people look back and are grateful. Because oftentimes, one of the things that get me upset about doing business with Africans, sometimes Africans feel they control your life because they've done business with you. And that it gives them license to talk to you anyhow and to be rude. And, and not understanding that when you do business with someone, it's a civil issue. And both parties has to be respectful. And it's very, so when I see people like you share about the impact we have, want to thank you. For those who may not have that much experience, we're improving. We're not better, and we're not claiming we are better. We're improving, and we'll get better by the day. What's important, like we said, is you need to have, when people, I think sometimes I've seen situations where I get a screenshot of a customer claiming this wasn't done. First of all, can you give us your evidence of payment? Can you give us the form that you fill when you bought property from us, right? And it's important that we have all those documents, and then give the customer service time to go check the document, right? Because it's not magic here. And then confirm these things and then get back to you as to what is what. And I think that we're improving our processes and we're working better to be a better firm. And we thank those of you who have good and positive feedback. Those of you who don't have positive feedback for us, like Mr. Fakunle, we'll work on it. I believe that the team will look into whatever happened, why they didn't send your document, and I'm sure they will rectify it. Again, it takes about 3 to 6 weeks to send your document, but I can assure you in the next 6 weeks, they should get your document across to you. Martha and our team will look into this and resolve it for you. A big thank you to all our investors, and thank you for all the award, all the accolade, all the good feedback. God bless you all. That's my time. I leave the rest in the hands of Martha and Queenette.
Thank you, thank you, Queen. Thank you, Martha.
Thank you, Mr. Peter.
Thank God, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for coming.
Kindly send your complaints to info@gtexland.com, info@gtexhomes.com. We've also given the phone number of the head of customer service. Queenette, if you can post that number again, call that number. You can even call him while we're on this call. Just explain what the concerns are, give him time, and he will look into them and resolve them for you. Thank you, everybody. God bless you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for coming. Thank you for, taking time out of your busy schedules to join us. Thank you, Mr. Peter. Thank you, Mr. Joseph. Thank you for coming. Thank you for sharing your experience. It means a lot to us, and we are grateful. We have a special discount for smart investors, especially for those of you who are joining us for the first time, those of you who are just hearing about GTEX for the first time. We have a special discount for you, and including the existing investors, we have special discount for you. We display the actual price of the property, and then we'll give you the discount. We have about 4 estates that we are giving a discount on. All right. Okay, sir.
I forgot to reply, gentleman. He wanted to pay 10 million in installments. So the 10 million for this new estate, Sadios, is actually for outright payment. So if you're doing installment payment, it is 15 million per plot. You deposit 5 million, then you pay the remaining 10 million in 6 months. However, I'm sure Martha will put down her number, and you can get to talk to her. If whatever she can do, even if she can't do, 10 million, maybe she can do 12 million for you. And but talk to Martha. She's the CEO. And like Mr. Peter said, we have a very listening team. They are passionate about what they do. And if you just can be very simple and open with them, they're willing to work with you. And our goal is to build millionaires. I have a vision of raising 1 million millionaires before I leave this earth. And so this is one of the reasons behind my passion, to see that we help. And real estate is one of the ways I know how to. And I'm hoping we can help as many people in that way as well. Thank you. Go ahead, Martha, please.